Whatever you want in life, there's two ways of looking at things. There's eyesight and there's mindsight. Eyesight is when you need to see something before you believe it, but mindsight is the ability to believe something before you can see it. And everything in life which you want, all of your goals you want to hit, everything you want to do, it all depends on mindsight. And it's not about eyesight. Until 1954, there was no one who'd run a mile in less than 4 minutes. Because what the doctor said is if you try and run a mile in less than 4 minutes, your heart's going to jump out of your body. You won't be able to do it. You collapse. But there was one man in 1954 called Roger Bannister. And what Roger Bannister said is that he believed that he could do this. And he visually pictured himself running a mile in less than 4 minutes. So then he went out on track, and guess what he did? Yeah, he ran the mile in less than 4 minutes because he'd already believed it. And then it came into fruition. And on that day when he broke the 4-minute mile, since then, just a month after that, someone else did it. And every year now, thousands of people are able to do it, even school children. And the question is why? Because all of a sudden it's not impossible anymore. One person's done it, so now it becomes possible. There are so many people in your life right now who say that something's impossible. Why? Because people judge the world based on their own limits. So don't listen to anyone. Impossible was always impossible until one person did it, and then it became possible. But understand that there are going to be people in your life, there are going to be people who tell you that things can't be done. And understand that the most important thing you can do is actually, number one, believe it's possible, and number two, get rid of the people in your life who say that things aren't possible. We're all born average, but we've got an unlimited amount of potential. And what's the difference between you and someone else? The only difference is that they've managed to tap into more of their potential than you have. In the US, there were two little boys, and it was a freezing day in the US. And there was a lake which had all frozen over. And these two boys wanted to walk across the lake. So they started walking across the lake, and all of a sudden, one of the boys fell in. And he fell in through the ice, and he went under the ice. And his friend knew that if he doesn't manage to pull him out, he's going to die. So they started shouting, "Help, help, help!" But there was no one around. And his friend knew that if he didn't do anything, his friend would die. So his friend looked up there, and there was a massive tree. And his friend ran up a tree. He broke off a massive branch. He came down, he smashed the ice, and he pulled his friend out, and he saved his friend. When the paramedics came later on, they wondered, how can a puny little boy like this climb up a tree, break a big branch, smash the ice, and pull his friend out? They didn't understand. And an old man came out of the trees, and he said, "I saw what happened, and I know how he was able to do that." And they go, "How?" And the old man said that there was no one to tell him he couldn't. There was no one to tell him he couldn't. And in your life right now, who do you have in your life telling you that something's not possible? But understand that they're looking at life through their lens, but Allah gave you your gift, and that was just for you. So don't believe anyone else's limits. Impossible is just for someone else, and it's never for you. So make sure you go out of there. You live the life that you want to live. Nothing's impossible. Go make it happen. Surround yourself with the best of people, and don't listen to anyone who says it's not possible.